If I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. Will this make a good proxy Nightbringer model? Well, I'm not sure about that, but what I am sure about is this will definitely make a good proxy Nightbringer model. And it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, here we are. In this box is a brand new Amazing Nightbringer Proxy Model, the Death Reaper, as named by Den of Imagination. So I was contacted by Den of Imagination, and they said they would like to send me this miniature for me to review on the channel. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it here in this video. I'm going to review it next to the original Nightbringer miniature. You'll see it painted at the end of the video, and then my next video is going to be all about how to paint this miniature. Now, I've had quite a few things from Den of Imagination, and their packaging is always good, and I always get a nice little package in with the box as well, and that's some Den of Imagination dice. I don't know if they give it to everyone, I'm assuming they do, but it's a very cool little gesture, and I'm building up quite a nice collection of these dice. Now, what I received in the box is slightly different from what I'm going to promote for Den of Imagination in this video. Obviously, they sent this to me to do this review. So what I've got here is a resin version of a 3D STL file, which is going to be available to you guys on the Den of Imagination's sister company Patreon page. The page is called WildMesh, and of course there is a link to their page in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. Not only is this model on there, but there's a huge amount of other miniatures available as well. You could potentially get this model from my Mini Factory, but of course it's much better value for money if you go to the WildMesh Patreon page. Right, that's the plug out of the way, so let's have a real look at this miniature. And as I said, mine is a resin model, and yours is going to be a 3D printed version of this miniature. They only made 50 resin miniatures, and I was very lucky that Den of Imagination chose to give me one of them. So a huge thank you to Den of Imagination. So there was a little bit of clean-up work to do, but nothing too drastic. And then it was time to glue this bad boy together. Now, I had no instructions to build it, so I had to use the pictures that Den of Imagination sent me, but I had no real issues building it. Now, if you've ever built a resin model, I'm sure you know that sometimes you have to reposition some of the resin just by heating it up and bending it. And I had a slight issue with mine where my whole miniature was bent over to the left. I was going to heat up the miniature and just bend it so that it was straight, just like the original, but the more I looked at the miniature bent to the left slightly, the more I thought it actually looked more dynamic, and it might actually make my miniature look very different from the other ones which are out there. So I decided to keep it bent to the left. I liked it, so why not? Now, the miniature also comes with a very cool looking base, very Necron-ish, and this particular miniature has been sculpted by the team at Den of Imagination, so they've done an awesome job. Den of Imagination are not only just a painting company, they're also a sculpting company. It's an awesome company. You should check them out if you haven't already. They do have a YouTube channel and of course a website, and they're on Instagram. I'll put all of their links in the description below. I had two head options for my miniature. I'm not sure if you get both head options on the 3D printed one or not, but basically I had the sort of original opened mouth Reaper look of the Games Workshop and Nightbringer. Then I had a closed mouth one. I decided to go for a closed mouth one, and there were several reasons for that. One, well, I already have the Games Workshop Nightbringer and I like the miniature, and I was thinking that in the future, if Games Workshop do make a new Nightbringer model and I want to use that one as the Nightbringer, then this miniature could be a different Catan, so I could actually use him as a proxy for a different miniature other than the Nightbringer. So I decided to go for the closed mouth option, and that was another reason why I painted my miniature totally different from how I painted my Games Workshop one, which was basically like the artwork in the codex. So, bringing in the original Nightbringer, and wow, I mean, he is dwarfed totally. You can see the difference. The original Nightbringer, whilst personally I actually really like it, mine is a metal one, so I bought it many years ago and I've had a lot of fun playing it. I have to admit, it looks really tiny compared to this new miniature. And the new miniature next to the Void Dragon, of course, Games Workshop's latest Catan release, where you can see the size sort of matches in really well. So it's going to make a fantastic Nightbringer proxy model, and I'm really looking forward to getting it on the table. As I said, I've painted mine. This is how it came out. I'm really happy how it looks, and I've made a painting tutorial for this miniature, and that will be up on my channel very soon. In the meantime, here is some other painting tutorials, and here's a video which YouTube thinks you would like to watch next.